the end of Obama's legacy. You know, you can't judge a president in the middle of his term, even in the middle of his second term, because you never know what that legacy is going to be. Look at Lewinsky in terms of Clinton. But the fact is that there is increasing evidence that the courts are going to do their constitutional duty and reassert the system of checks and balances and cancel a whole range of the unilateral executive action initiatives that Barack Obama has made, particularly in the second term. And a series of judicial reversals may well nullify much of what Obama has done as president. The first two that are coming down concern immigration and the Obamacare system. In immigration, the federal district court and a 3-judge panel of the circuit court have both stood by an injunction preventing Obama from going ahead and not deporting and legalizing illegal immigrants in the United States, overriding by injunction his 5 million person executive order to grant amnesty. And it looks like the full court will uphold that, and I'll bet that when that's appealed to the Supreme Court, they're going to go along with it too, and then proceed to rule the underlying action unconstitutional, which might also call into question the DREAM Act decision. That's a little more problematic because they already have green cards and it was not enjoined. But still, it marks the outer limit of Obama's progress. And of course, Obamacare is facing a tremendously important action in King versus Burwell, which will probably be decided in June. And that, of course, stops subsidies from going to anyone who got Obamacare through a federal exchange, which is 37 of the 50 states. And then you have a whole slew of actions challenging EPA's decisions regarding increased regulation, regarding global warming and climate change, carbon dioxide emissions, even Obama's action 2 days ago extending federal regulatory power to small ponds and streams, and everything slightly larger than a puddle. So these decisions, which we've been watching him come out with one after the other, with a seeming disregard for the Constitution, maybe now are going to be overruled by the court. Add to that the court's ruling in favor of photo ID, and you really have the potential of a reversal of his legacy. It's a little bit like FDR faced at the end of his first term, when the Supreme Court overruled most of the New Deal. Of course, he then changed the court composition, first by threatening to pack the court and then off retirements, and they then changed and upheld most of it. But Obama's legacy could be a whole series of laws that have been held unconstitutional and are no longer on the books. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy.